So this is my ride this morning? Well, I jump on a porcupine while wearing a Speedo to go see a wild tiger. I woke up and took my scary walk to get to my Jeep for the morning drive. I always had the feeling something would attack me until I could see those lights from the lodge. Right off the bat in the park, we saw an animal that I hadn't seen before in the wild, a muntjac. Muntjacs are thought to be the oldest species of deer, as they have found remains of them that are over 20 million years old. As a male is seen here, well, a blurry male. I used to work with the Rees muntjac just a few years ago, but this is a female Indian muntjac. We drove to an opening and heard an alarm call from a deer. Was there a tiger out there somewhere? Other Jeeps had hoped the same thing. As we waited in the field, there was a Yellow-Wattled Lapwing. We were told they are not that common in the park, so I took a picture. And here you can see why they call it a Yellow-Wattled Lapwing. The heat was rising, and chances of a tiger coming out seemed slim, but it was fun to be able to film something, even if it was just a little bird looking for an insect snack on the ground. We drove on and saw a male peacock. There was a girl peacock nearby, but no one really cared. As in this species, the boys are the beautiful ones. Here are some wild boars. All pigs today obviously came from these wild boars. They are spread all throughout the world and are a popular food item for animals like tigers, as well as they are hunted by man. Watching these boars reminded me a lot of watching warthogs in Africa, all from the pig family, a very smart family. We continued and saw an owl up a tree. She could be sitting on an egg or two as it was the end of breeding season. It was hard to see her, but here a male brown fish owl was a lot easier as it was perched on this log nearby. He was keeping an eye on a female and us. I always loved the chance to photograph owls. Something about their eyes, they always look cool. Along with these owls in the woods, I also saw trees being strangled from invasive plant species. This is a huge problem all around the world. Plants, like the wild animals here, are always locked in a struggle for life. We left this owl perched on a log, and after this boar crossed the road, I soon found myself perched on an elephant.
I'm on an elephant. We're going to go try to see a tiger.
Elephants are used in some parks in India to allow people to see tigers that are a little off the road, making it impossible to see them from jeeps. If the park officers feel the situation is okay for the animal, then they allow people to get on the elephants to get a close look. It is limited and usually first come, first serve, so I was glad to be there early. It is strange to hop on one animal to go see another. We saw another elephant with people on it, and we both looked for the tiger. I think the elephants get a kick out of walking into the trees and brush and playing smack the tourists. It is usually hard enough for me to hold the camera still, let alone on an elephant, but I could finally see what all the action was for. Ah, the young cubs from the one-eyed tigers we had seen twice before. Even though I got very little footage of them here, since it was a hard situation to film in, I still enjoyed the experience a lot. On the ride back, I thought of how working all the overtimes at my job, ordering the cheap food on the menu, and putting away cash all year was well worth this trip for strange and amazing moments like this. How lucky I was. I just hope the elephant was having a good day at his job, as no one wants to be on an angry animal, let alone an elephant. It was interesting watching the mahout steer this elephant with his feet. soon returned to my Jeep, and we drove on and stopped to watch an Indian roller. And just beyond it, I was able to get a shot of a red-wattled lapwing. I now had a complete set of India's wattled lapwings. Cool. Just as I was afraid I was becoming a little bird nerd, we saw an eagle right before the morning drive ended, and I felt better. At the lodge, I did some chores, checked out an interesting looking insect, which I found out was an Indian blister beetle. Glad I didn't touch it. Soon I was off to lunch, and what was for lunch? Well, Indian food, of course. Every meal I had was excellent at the Tiger Lagoon Lodge. I loved it all. Well, almost.
Captain's log. If you're in India and you see something like a green bean, don't eat it. It ain't no green bean. It's hot. Under these glasses, I'm a crying man right now. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Safari India. For more information on the items featured in this video, read the video's description. As always, thanks for watching. Namaste.